Tuesday night, Propel expansion. I'm Megan DiMartino, and I am thrilled that you're here with me tonight. And it is a segment that I've been looking forward to sharing with you some thoughts and ideas about propelling expansion, and I'm calling it's a family affair. You know, this is Tuesday night, and the World Cup ended Sunday. And I've never followed soccer, called football, all over the world. I mean, my two daughters played soccer as kids, I do believe. I played at it, that's for sure. With that said, I was never really, hi, welcome in. I'm Megan DiMartino, and this is the Propel expansion. This is Tuesday evening, the 21st of July, and we talk, I speak to you guys about expanding your business and life, and it really is a perspective of the two together, that synergy. If you do not have a life and you start a business and there is no balance, then you might as well keep your job, because basically speaking, life has to be balanced. And there are 5 C's. I'll go back to family affair in a minute, but the 5 C's of the Propel community, well, there is a Propel community, but of the Propel program are clarity, courage, confidence, commitment, and compassion. And compassion is compassion for yourself, giving yourself that grace that God does. That, as you know, the greatest gift really in life are challenges or failures, if you want to call it that. I look at them as just stepping stones to the next step, because they are tutors, as George Washington's mother said, that they're tutors to life, and that if you don't learn, you're going to repeat them. And so, you know, it's actually interesting I mentioned Mary Washington, the mother, because, you know, what I wanted to talk to you tonight about is, you know, how do you gain clarity? Where does that really come from? How did those footballers know to play soccer? It was part of their lives, it was part of their culture, it was part of, somebody introduced them to soccer, someone. It could have been a teacher, it could have been a family member, it could have been, you know, someone that was not necessarily a mentor, but somebody they looked up to. They were introduced to it. And then how did they get to the place that they were good enough to get involved with that team, I mean, just even getting on that team, coming from whatever country it was a real honor and a great accomplishment. And so it's, you know, that step by step, it's that clarity that they wanted to do this. They were introduced to football, soccer, and I'm sure most of them started as kids, and just continued to build their talent and their craft with it. And it took tremendous commitment, tremendous. But that's why the second C is courage, because you say, I want to be a football star. Let's say that young man said that. Let's say that's so. That you know, a lot of us say, I want to be an XYZ, but if you stop yourself, you know, talk yourself out of it because you don't have the courage to take that first step. Well, these guys, they took that first step and they never stopped. And that courage muscle built to that confidence muscle, you know, because once you see that you're pretty good at it, you've succeeded a bit, you know, it builds that confidence muscle. And then from that confidence muscle is that commitment that no matter what, they're not going to stop. Because I assure you that all of them have their own stories to these 5 C's: clarity, courage, confidence, commitment, and then compassion. Because, you know, there was only one winner, and there were many, many teams there from all over the world. And so the thing I want to share with you with that is that they all won. They all won because they, not only did they get to the World Cup, not only did they play in all of these tournaments or games or whatever they're called, um, and some, ended sooner than others, but they learned and they grew and they experienced. This is the point of the point. They experienced the love of the world from the United States. All these teams traveled all over the country, and then to Mexico, and then to Canada, and there were many games, I guess they're called, different matches in Canada, in Mexico, and they then came back to the States, and they, I just loved, as I said, I mean, I've never followed soccer at all, and I'm not a follower of sports really. Football in the United States, not. So it's not something I would even follow or be, was aware that it was coming, that's for sure. But it was when all of these people, and I'm not just talking about the players, I'm talking about the people that came from all of these countries and just lit up Boston and Houston and Dallas and Fort Worth and Alabama and Atlanta and New York and New Jersey and just Pennsylvania. I mean, it was extraordinary. And Kansas, Midwest, Oklahoma. I mean, many areas that people wouldn't normally, fly into and spend, a long weekend or a week there. But most of these people drove then all over the country. And I mean, just loved what we do and have and care. And so that's what I wanted to speak to you about tonight, was that we the people, so to speak, are more powerful than we even know. And that it is in that collective energy together that we will change and hold on to the love and the camaraderie and the appreciation and the respect. Appreciation and respect is what really touched my heart. And so, I wanted to talk to you tonight about Ecclesiastes 4:9 through 12. Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. So meaning that there is power in us collectively to join together and to be a power of love. That it is love will, as the saying goes, love conquers all, and it really does. And it's back to that respect. It's respect for everyone's differences, respect for each other. I loved I just loved watching all of this on social media, and I loved the little kids hugging each other, from all different parts of the world. There was a scene that Japanese people were very tidy, were cleaning up the stadium after the match finished, but then Japanese guys and gals were, couldn't speak necessarily. People could not speak to each other necessarily, but it was that camaraderie, it was that respect for each other. And we must go back to that respect. Ever since, this has been a 6-week or however long this has been a joy. I'm missing it. There's still things on social media, recap of things, because it just ended 2 nights ago. But it is the true respect and love for each other, the awareness, the awakening of people understanding that they're not going to listen to other people's narratives being told and talked to. They're going to experience for themselves. And the last thing I wanted to share is the 5th commandment of the 10 commandments: honor thy father and thy mother. And I know, as I know, because I do know this, that because I've lived a long time and I have observed many things, but I was brought up with tremendous respect for my parents, And the last thing I want to share with you, and I'll tie it back together, is that my parents were children of immigrants. And my mother's mother was from Germany, my father's, and both my mother's parents came on their own volition. Well, my mother's mother came from Germany on her own volition. She came as a nanny to a wealthy family upstate New York. She came from Dusseldorf, Germany. And then my grandfather, my mother's father, was from Ireland. And then, and I'm not sure exactly what age he was when, but he's from Ireland, but he wasn't older like she was. Now, my grandfather, my paternal grandfather, came from Naples, Italy area when he was 16, and my grandmother came to the United States as a baby. So she didn't come on her own volition, but both grandmother, maternal and paternal grandfather did. And they came with nothing, and my grandfather, DiMartino, became a barber, and I wouldn't say that's how and why I've evolved into the beauty fashion industry, but that's in my DNA. My grandmother was, as I said, a governess, and she was what's the word I want? They had 7 children, so she was a great mother and a great family person, holding that family together because her husband passed away before and she was not well, having had 7 children. So I don't want to get into that stuff, but the point is that they're all ignorance. They're all immigrants, and they came to this country and loved and respected what the United States offered them. And so it is about honoring. And so my father and mother both loved the United States. My father was in the Air Force during the Second World War and loved this country and brought us up to just respect all people and elders, to young people, to our neighbors, to the community. I mean, it was about respect. And so I just pray for tonight that it is, we are stronger together. This 3-strand cord cannot be broken if we come together. Link arms. Let's link arms. Let me see what people are saying here. And, oh, thank you. What's my shoe size? It's 8.5. Okay, okay. Okie dokie. So I am here most every night, and I'm talking about propelling your business in life. I have started businesses, I've built businesses, scaled businesses, and then sold businesses. And as I said, I have a business program called Propel, Business and Life Activation Program. And it is on my link tree, and that is propel.megandimartino.com/info. And that is my link tree of lot of stuff that will help you. And one is the program, the other is, and that is based on the 5 C's, and there's 5 workbooks, 5 videos, and interacting with me during these, and you can work at your own pace. We set up times to, schedule times to work together. But the other is free, and it's called the Propel Community. So you just go there, click on the Propel Community, and join us. You receive a daily text of inspiration and encouragement, bi-monthly newsletters. I do a podcast. It's called Propel Deep Dive. It started out in 2020 as as Unique Leaders Live. The archives are there. We do summits and webinars and trainings and all sorts of things that will really help you glean information to help you, whether you have a business or not, whether you want to start one or not. It will help you propel forward, making those decisions of clarity, courage, confidence, commitment, and compassion. Thank you for leaving comments here. That helps people. Do subscribe. That also helps the numbers to people to find my YouTube channel, and then hit that button. I mean, not button, but what do you call it? Bell. And it will notify you, as you know this stuff, that'll notify you when I go live again, which will probably be tomorrow night. I like to come on at night because it's, I'm in central US. I'm near Austin, Texas, and grew up on Long Island near New York, but I've been in Texas a long time. Came here for a job many moons ago with Alcon Laboratories up in Fort Worth. Anyway, the point of the point is that I do it in the evening because it's going east, let's say in Europe or so forth, it's tomorrow, and then going east, it's earlier today. So I felt, well, it's kind of in the middle here, and so it's, and my day is wound down, and before I end the day, I go live with you. So the only reason I wouldn't come on is because I'm doing something, that's taken me away from doing a live. But regardless, otherwise I will be here. So remember that it's never too early or too late to create the life of your dreams. So we the people, and I'm talking about around the world, not just here, and respect and love one another. See you tomorrow, and be blessed.